Well, I have to ask, were you shooting nuts? Like, were you, were you shooting nuts, or what were you shooting at these squirrels?
Well, the analogy in gaming when you get distracted by something, you call it the squirrel. Don't chase the squirrel.
Like squirrel, squirrel,
Yeah,
squirrel.
yeah.
Sounds like the light.
But I didn't get distracted by the
So,
squirrel. I just put a bullet in its head. It was, you know.
which
Anyway,
is impressive because, yeah, that brings me to my favorite kind of cookie, which are
We
chocolate
officially
chip
got
cookies.
sides picked here.
what's that? Um, I am now not a teenager anymore and uh, not able to have the quick reflexes to play a game like CS uh, at the same caliber. So I play tanks, more more laid back, easier uh, to parent and play at the same time than I find a shooter. I find a shoot
Oh, you play.
an FPS game. Your kid walks over and says "Daddy, Daddy," and you've died 3 times in the in the time he's been able to say "Daddy" twice. And you're like, but with
Hey,
tanks,
it's for the kids.
yeah, tanks
Well,
is
it looks like we're ready to get rolling here. Both teams have picked their seven.
all right.
So, Sam, do you want to go down Chief or ODB this time?
I'll do Chief. I'll do the green. So we got Archer rocking the E4, Dala 1799 rocking the WZ 132-1. Bachtown is Batchat. He's scary in that. I've seen him in general games. He's pretty good. We
I'll
got
run down.
Beast IB Stux IS7, Didi in his IS7, 19 in his E5, and Captainality in his Chieftain.
And over on the ODB side, we have J Dog in his T110E4. Blue Eyed Nook and Modest Rage coming out in the Object 140. We got a single Bat Chat by Nips the Bear. Um, the Mudbone coming out in his T57 along with Koshopians in his T110E5. Just Dude and his Chieftain. Looks like a good lineup. Both teams seem about the same kind of mobility. We got a nice medium lineup on ODB. Should be a fun match. Now ODB, they used to be who? That was SKB2 prior to what? 2 weeks ago.
ODB was, yes, they were SKB2, and they wanted. They didn't have any. It wasn't like a bad leave. I spoke to their leader. It was more or less they wanted more um, to differentiate themselves because if you followed the Discord, there was a lot of times where it was supposed to be them scheduled, but the schedule would say SKB or it was vice versa. Like they just wanted to separate
Sure,
themselves.
sure.
You know.
Yeah, we can see that. And actually, one of the later clans tonight, the OS clan, was part of our developmental team prior to starting OS. Kind of a similar story. They just wanted to go out and make a name for themselves. So every time we see them out there, we get excited. We're always rooting for them. So we're excited to see them tonight as well as UGC, of course.
So CHF here. This is their second showing on a Monday night stream. I believe last Monday was their
As
first
CHF.
time out. As CHF, that's right. You'll recognize a lot of these names on their team. Foxhound coming up to the middle, taking spots. Dola in the 132-1. He's rocking the tier 10 light tank.
Foxhound is actually one of the newer members to that group. Foxhound was as recently a free agent and Nightmare and and the Chiefs were very very lucky to pick him up.
Apparently I got the camera flying high enough that all I can hear is the hum of the planes. Sorry if that's overwhelming to the viewers.
Wouldn't it be nice to include planes into this?
Dola here's got a nice spot up on the center here. They can't, the ODB guys can't push him because, as you see, the rest of the Chiefs are positioned to block that entrance.
Have any of those Chiefs been spotted yet?
I don't think so, but then again, I don't know if ODB has been spotted, at least recently.
Well, this could get ugly, and this can get ugly really quick.
ODB hasn't realized until this moment that there's two IS-7s flanking them. Both of them land good shots. Mudbone is about to go down.
There is a medium out in the back. I wonder if he's got really good shots. Yeah, I guess he's got shots. He's putting shots in over here. That snips the bear in the bat chat. Not a bad spot for him.
Mudbone goes down. So does J-Dog. And just like that, CHF, the Chiefs have a 2-3 tank lead. They took out Blue-Eyed Cook on the far right there. Here they come for the push on Modest Rage. Overmatched that gun, got the DPM on him, and it's 4-0. ODB's looking like they're in a very grim situation right now. Kashopians goes down as well.
At one point, it was really close, and it seemed like anybody could take it, but it's starting to roll towards the Chiefs.
When those two IS-7s came out and flanked the ODB team, it really shook up their position, and they couldn't go forward, they couldn't go back.
And they did it unnoticed. They got that team there. They got it. What was that? 5 tanks, 6 tanks that came in there unspotted.
Boxhound was up in the middle, just detecting them from the center and playing the distraction game. He was able to land 30 damage from that spot too. He joined the battle.
First time I've ever seen that Chinese tier 10 light tank ever used so far.
He was pretty close to getting 2,000 damage too. Dola in the Wiz 132-1.
That's my first tier 10 light tank that I plan on getting. Is that?
I know they rolled it.
I believe that might be the third time I've seen a light come out. Yeah, I saw another match, and then I know Super Waffles apparently ran his first one in the Sheridan. When they first came out, we ran
kind of one of the worst of them. It's
John Man Archer, though, leading the damage with 3505.
The 100 LT is the top light tank.
I just picked it up. I've been working with it, trying to get better at it. ODB did do some damage on the other side. Good. 4 of their guys did over 1,000 damage, and one of them's close to 2,000. So they were putting work in, but Chiefs definitely showed who they are as well.
Yeah, they're still considered unranked as of right now, but they're definitely gonna be up there. There's a couple of gold spots still available, but there's 2 clans that are starting to show their muscle. Chiefs and ODA or HDA, the 2 clans that are reforming and making a presence.
You know, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't DP and DPV, didn't they send all their top guys to the newer clan? So they're going to be kind of doing a similar thing as what Chiefs are doing here?
You talking DP going into DPV?
Right. And DP. It seems to me like there's
I think they're just
DP's the secondary.
DP is the primary, but Venom is, I believe, their comp team. So I don't think they're
Okay.
going to be considered unranked. I think they're just going to replace DP with the rank. So
I know that in the frontlines tournament they got seeded. DP got first seed, and then DPV, or I think I'm backwards, but however it works, they got seeded just under VGA with we were 12th. I think they were like 13th or 14th.
They got seeded with
DPV
at the
used
same
to
rank
be,
as
I think-
Poppers because their Poppers
Yeah.
I
counterpart in
think
the group
DPV
7.
used to be it used to be the RBRT.
Correct.
Right, but when you really boil it down, in RBRT, we were the first team that played them as a clan, and we went 2-3 with them. And everybody on their team, just about at that point, were like, "Well, yeah, they were DP. They were DP." So it really, when it boils down to it, we had a conversation with Ian and all those guys. They just had more guys that wanted to play than they had room to play them.
Yep.
And you know, when you're a clan like that, that's just what happens.
Just like HDA, their mother clan or their top clan is Sirius, but Sirius is not a comp team. So they went to SBA, but SBA switched it and changed its name. SBA to HDA.
All right, we've
We
got
just had a
everyone
name
lined up here.
Update as well.
I'd like to do a call out for ODB here. We got Blue Eyed Cook and Nips the Bear in IS7s, Modest Rage in an E5, Just Dude bringing out the PZ7. I don't know if I've seen that on a show yet. Not one I've covered anyway. We've got 3 E100s brought out by Jolly Roger, the Mudbone, and J-Dog. Duck, you want to call out CHF, the Chiefs?
Oh, of course I'll do that. Well, we got John Man Archer coming out in his T110E4. We got a solo bat chat coming out by IR Dirt Rider. Boxhound in his IS7, and a pair of T57s with Zach's Music Box and 19. A single E100 from Dala, and Captainality with that Chieftain. Heck of a mix of tanks there. I think if I had to lean towards a tank selection, I'm going to lean towards the who was that, ODB selection on the left? Or was
Maybe
that
have
was
to-
ODB selection,
ODB's
right?
on the left.
And it's Dola, just for future reference when you start calling.
10-4.
I don't know. I mean, they have a lot of muscle. They have a lot of hit points, but that Panzer 7 can get ammo racked like none other. It does not side scrape well. Its lower plate just got nerfed. It's just, that's a lot of slow moving tanks.
Yes.
All right. ODB in the red, Chiefs in the blue. First round out on airfield here. Chiefs made an excellent move and took that one with 50% of their health remaining.
Their rider's going up to the middle of the spot, so we'll see pick anything up.
Chiefs are sending all of their tanks, other than Dirt Rider for the center scout, up the 0 line. I'm gonna fly over there and show you guys, because that very edge of the map tends to get clipped by my Xbox display. I'm not sure why. It's not even the stream display, it's my literal Xbox. I myself can't see them.
It's
Vice
crazy to
versa,
see that-
ODB is doing the same thing. They're sending all their armor over there to the bunkers.
Everybody's
over
going
here.
up their respective 0 line or 1 line and then cutting over at the E line.
Dirt Rider's
Yep,
been able
yep.
to spot up virtually the entire team for ODB, except Blue-Eyed Cook in the far back there. ODB has brought out a lot of health. A lot of big heavies here.
I question why Blue Eyes is still sitting back there, either legged out or what.
He is moving.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Both
wasn't
IS-7s are sitting in town. That doesn't make sense to me.
watching to see what he was doing at the beginning. I wonder if he had something stopping him from participating for the first minute of the battle. 2 minutes even.
Yeah, but both IS-7s still sitting in town. Instant
And
OMS.
spotted.
Yeah. Dirt Rider's keeping them lit up.
Where I still mine spotted. Where he's at?
Sit right here on this mountain and you guys can see J-Dog takes an ammo rack. Chiefs
I've
have
seen that
themselves
mountain used
positioned in
from
4
other
spots.
angles as well.
They're comfortable with just picking that spot overwatching the cap and laying down cover.
Chiefs are playing the new meta that's up there with the gold clans as well. Is once you've caused damage, then that's the one-time turtling is an effective strategy, because as of right now, if it was to end, Chiefs win because they have the health pool. So if
Now-
people aren't aware yet, it goes kill all to win, cap to win, most kills win, or most health pool wins, or damage done. So,
Now both of these teams are participating in the CW Frontlines event, and I wonder if you're going to see a little bit of a different meta for the next week or two, next couple weeks, while we've still got 64 teams participating in CW Frontlines, where that is
What is
really
the,
heavily leaning towards teams that kill. So it's
that's
not
a
just
point system,
Yes.
right? Where
it's not just
20
winning.
points
It
for
is.
a cap, 20 points for a cap, 2 points for kill, and 1 point for a surviving tank, correct?
Oh,
Right.
they tweaked it just a bit
So-
more than I last read.
So
We've been
I
planning
know
our
that
strategies to keep tanks alive, and you know,
The
if we're
max
gonna go
points-
down, as long as we take them with us.
the max points basically are 41 or 42 points. So say if you kill all but one tank, cap out, and all you 70 of your tanks are surviving, the max points you can get is 41. Or 4, yeah,
Yes.
41.
Yes, that's correct. Now, you know, with that said, if you're on the opposing team, you're on the losing team, if you go and you get beat 7-0, that's probably the worst you can do. But if you can at least if you can take it down to 1 or 2 tanks against your final tank, well, even though you lost, that's still a lot better than, you know, losing that 7-0. You want to take
Yeah,
as
'cause-
many tanks as you can.
Because technically, right now, it would just, if the game ended in Clan Wars, it would just be 7 points per team. You look at Dirt Rider snuck up behind the nips the bear. See what he can do.
It's about the most action that's gone on so far. The
So
rest of the
if
teams
Nips
are
the
out in
Bear-
the field slugging it out.
If Nips the bear takes out Dirt Rider, then it doesn't matter what the health pool is. Technically, ODB would win this if it came down.
One kill to nothing. His kills trump
Yep.
damage.
So right now, it was Chiefs in the lead. Now ODB is winning by 1 kill. So this is
But-
going now the Chiefs have to start pushing and
The
make up.
Mudbone and Modest Rage are very, very close to death.
We need to get Just Dude and Blue-Eyed Nook, those guys, the guys that's got the hit pulls are the guys that need to be doing the damage right now. I
They
mean,
just
if you're
need to
going off
protect.
of the
Actually,
front line.
yeah, but right
Ooh, and
now
down
we're,
goes
There goes
Archer.
we're
another
going off
chief.
of.
Here comes a late game
So right
push. They're
now-
looking for Mudbone. They're looking for Modest Rage. They've got to take them both out to tie it up, take the lead on damage.
There goes Mudbone.
If they put an aggressive push here, they can tie the kills up here by taking out Modest Rage.
Modest needs to run. If you watch it,
Yeah,
they're
he
running
needs to
for
get
him right
out
now.
of there.
Fall off the hill, Rage.
He needs to get out
Fall
of
off
there.
the hill.
Modest. Oh,
Oh wow.
He
He
survives.
lose this.
I can't believe he survived
Unfortunately
that.
lose.
So wow, with the new
See,
2018
that's
rules,
the
giving
new-
that to ODB.
Yeah, like I said, this is the new thing in the rules. This is why Hells and all the WNF, they made it to be very interesting for these pushes. You can't just sit back.
So very, very patient play there by ODB. Even though they were down health, they managed to keep all their guns on the field till late game. And with Dirt Rider there making the aggressive push in the bat chat and going down to Nips the Bear, the battle swung in their favor. They played it out patiently, and each team lost one more tank apiece. But as we said, the advantage stayed to ODB with 2 kills to 1, and with that they take the round. Is that the first time we've seen that happen?
Frontline rules.
No, we've when Immortals played last Monday, it also went to that. It happens a lot with Gold Clan teams. What will be very interesting is I would have had to pull out a calculator. If that would have gone to 2 kills to 2 kills, I would have had to pull out the calculator, gone down every tank, and added up all their health points, and then added up the damage done to see who would have come out. So that would have been very interesting for me. So I'm not gonna lie, I was glad it came down to kills.
All right, so we're gonna stay on the same side and swap maps. Ready for round 3, guys?
Now, with frontline rules, both teams would have gotten points there for keeping those tanks alive.
No, both.
So
And they would have
frontline,
got points
It
for
would have
killing.
counted as a loss for both teams. No, neither team would have gotten
yeah.
the.
So
victory bonus.
front lines would have gotten with that Clan Wars. It would have been ODB would have had 6 points for the alive tanks and 4 points for the dead tanks. To Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
5 points for surviving
points.
tanks and 2 points for the kill. Yes. Now we're on to
Definitely
Brazil.
a way
This
to
is
hurt your
ODB's
XP.
choice.
All right. We've been spending a lot of time building up and anticipating the Clan Wars front lines. It feels like the wait leading up to this event has been like forever. And now that it's coming up, just this coming up weekend, I was talking to some of my Pauper clanmates, and they were like, "It's this weekend? I thought we still had another weekend to practice." So it kind of was always looked at, it's coming, and now it's here, guys. It's coming up this coming up weekend. We're gonna have at least 6 different streamers, 2 of them being Wednesday Night Fight streamers, Hellscat and myself, streaming 2 teams, well, 4 teams, I guess, on Saturday and 4 teams on Sunday each. So you'll have plenty of battles to go back if you can't catch them all live. I myself have tried to make an effort to, with the Wednesday Night Breakdown EU show coming up that I'll be covering, I've made sure that in every single matchup I'm covering for CW at least in the first weekend. I mean, I can't guarantee that I can all the way through. But I will be hosting a European team in every matchup for as long as I can through the CW, as to get myself familiar with the EU teams that I'm going to be streaming on Wednesday Night Fights as a regular basis on Breakdown.
And it looks like both teams are ready to go.
All right, Omega, why don't you call out ODB?
Well, I'm currently going over Marshall room, so somebody
Okay.
else can do it right now.
Sample, you call out ODB, and then Duck, you get Chiefs.
Alrighty, we got Blue-Eyed Cook in his IS-7, Nips the Bear in the IS-7. We got an E5 coming in from the Kardashians. Shout out to Hells. Just Dude in his Panzer 7. And Trip E1 Hundos.
And over on the Chiefs sides, we got John Mann Archer coming out in his T10 E4. Captain Ality coming out in his JGPZ E100. Dirt Rider coming out in his Bat Chat again. Boxhound switching up his IS-7 along with IB Stuke 19 and Dola in his E100.
Wow, somebody bringing out the super muscle. The Jaegeru.
All right. Round 3 on Berlin here. This has become a common map on the show. I like this map.
It feels well to brawling in the city, and then you can go play out, especially in pubs, brawl in the city or go out and play in the fields.
Actually, within this map, there's little spots that you can actually drive into the little, like over in the D8 area, you can drive up into that little box, and a couple of the other ones you can get in there as well. Little sniping spots.
Or to run away like a French tank.
White flags up.
ODB has a bit of a split spawn here. Blue-Eyed Cook and Shopians spawning by themselves over on the far right. They made no hesitation to move up to the G line, though.
Was there a split
Yep,
spawn
already
on the
pushing up
chief
there.
side? I
I
was
didn't-
just on the.
I didn't take a look quick enough to notice. By the time I looked, they were all kind of scattered.
I think there was a semi-split spawn.
That's the one thing I don't like about the map Overlord is so random on the spawns that it's just.
They need to bring those two spawns closer together. Dirt Rider here doing some jumps over in the open field. He's all by himself. He's gonna have free reign to come all the way around the map. We'll probably catch up with him later. For now,
What was he
he's
thinking of doing?
So we're currently
What,
sitting
Duck?
here at 1v1, aren't we? 1v1?
yep, it's a
Yes,
1-1 game
one-
right
Each
now.
taking one on that last map. Really good game.
Whose map pick was?
Ooh, the E100 just
Airfield.
took a shot. 19 just got hit.
I believe Chiefs picked
Mega-
Airfield, right? And ODB has picked Berlin.
ODB picked this map. Chiefs picked Airfield, and they split it 1-1.
Big shot coming
So
out
this
from
is
Archer on the E1 Hundo.
Ooh, 1090 Yahtzee by the Jaegeru. Captainality. Jolly Roger's gonna feel that.
Yeah, Archer put a 900 shot into that IS-7, so ED's doing some work right now.
Very close on hit points.
Ooh,
That made a big
Just
another
saw an
big hit.
800
but-
pop up.
Yeah, right now,
that made
Jonah
a really
Arc,
big difference.
or Joman Archer, his E4 has 1,700 damage. That's
Wow.
one thing I like about, you can go from tank to tank when you're looking at them, and you can see what everybody's doing for damage, hit points, but consumables.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs
I don't
again
think
doing a
ODB
good job of
realizes it.
getting ahead on the damage, but no tanks have fallen yet.
Ooh, another big hit.
That push on the right.
Captainality in his Jaegeru has 2167 so far.
And that's from 2
by
Buddy
hits.
the
Stooks
Chiefs.
just got ammo racked and repaired.
Jolly Roger gets focused and taken down, and he's probably wondering why me, because he is literally the tank at the back from both fronts. Kashopians just got ammo racked. Must have repaired it because that reload is back up to full speed. But Foxhound and Stux are going to push this corner, and I don't think Blue-Eyed Cook and Kashopians have the health to hold it off.
I think it's time for them to push this corner personally. I think it's time to go ahead and take both Stooks and Boxhound, push on that. Well, they had more damage, but go, 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 Boxhound.
It's going to be a push in from both sides by the Chiefs here.
Oh, man. Why is he still in?
Nips the Bear is
Oh,
looking to be on the wrong end of the Jaegeru. There he goes. And J-Dog finding himself all alone. Gets a kill before going
Chiefs
down.
So bounced back.
The Chiefs made sure they didn't lose. They were making sure when they brought that Jaegeru, they weren't going to lose by 1 or 2 kill. Just a 1 or 2 kill difference on that one.
Wow, all of ODB, except for 2, with about 1,500 damage. Damage spread across the Chiefs. It's right on. A couple guys over 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000.
I guess if you're going to bring a Jaegeru into a map, that is definitely the map to bring it on.
The accuracy was on point for most of the Chiefs players here. Boxhound missed 2. Ivy Stux missed 1. But looking through the rest of them, Dola missed 1 and John Archer missed 1. So like they had their shots on point. Dirt Rider getting 8 for 8 for 8 in the bat chat.
I didn't see what did the Jaegeru finally put out? 3K.
The
just shy.
Jaegeru put out 3691. He led the game in damage, but John Man Archer in the E4 was only a couple hundred behind with 3454.
Yeah, they were definitely doing the damage, and as usual, the IS-7's cleaning up the kills here. Bat chat pulling in too. E100 getting to himself.
So what nation have you guys all chosen for the Tank Bowl this week's or this year's Tank Bowl? The tryouts, quote unquote, tryouts have just gone live today, and so you have to put 100 points in for either Russia or 100 points in for USA, and whatever one you get first is your chosen nation for the Tank Bowl.
I've seen more Patriots out than I haven't seen a Defender yet, but I've seen some Patriots rolling around.
I'll tell you, Sample and I went through the lineups on the Americans and the Soviets, just comparing them, and the Americans do have a couple of the tiers that they'll take, but to and through, I feel like the Soviets have the better arsenal in this matchup.
I really do too. The Americans weren't able to take out the Germans, and I really don't think they'll be able to take the Russians out either.
Well, both teams are ready to roll. This is match point for Chiefs.
All right, the Chiefs are bringing that E4 and that Jaegeru back out. John Mann and Captainality both dealing 3,500 damage each last battle. They're not changing that up. Zach's Music Box bringing the Bat Chat 25T, Boxhound and DFI bringing the IS7s, and 19 and Dola both in E100s. iSample, would you call out ODB for me, sir?
Absolutely. We got J-Dog 315 in his E4. We got Blue Eyed Cook and Nips the Bear in their IS7s. Just a Dude in his Panzer 7. And 3 E100s by Jolly Roger, Mudbone, and Goku. Talk about beef. They got all that beef.
Yeah, but they got they might have all that beef, but an E4 and a Jaeger can whittle that down in 2-3 shots.
Going into round 4 here.
That is correct.
2-1
It is currently
for
2
the Chiefs.
for Chiefs and ODB 1 round.
Chiefs in the red this time. I have got to swap my sides. That's okay. Boom. It's an easy click. Chiefs in the red on the left. ODB in the blue on the right.
So it looks like there is a split on the north side too, but ODB, it's just one lonely IS7, and the rest of the team is sitting on the 9-0 line, so the IS7 can easily move over. Where it's opposite.
That Chat is flanking around there to get that spot, but I think he's going to be out of there before he's going to get a chance.
Captain Ality all by himself on the far 9 line. I think the Chiefs are going to be grouping up on him. Save the IS7s, I guess. Zach's Music Box stopped in F1. He's not going any farther. Probably wants to stay undetected. As long as nothing's over here, he probably wants to stay undetected and wait for the engagement to happen, and he'll sneak in the midst.
Yeah, it looks like
the
Deity and
detected Bat
Boxhound
Chat
are.
could be brutal.
It looks like Deity and Boxhound are holding down that west side.
Chiefs are slowly
Yeah, I
moving
don't
up
think
on the 9 line with their.
this map is definitely
beat.
not going to be conducive to any quick capping of any kind with no cover in the very middle of the city.
That's for sure. Now,
Yeah, I don't encourage
I've
that.
noticed after spending a lot more time streaming than playing in the last few months, when I do get out there in pubs and I'm down on boots on the ground, tracks on the ground, playing these maps, I notice there's a lot more little rolls to the hills in some of the maps that are new. That I the old maps, I obviously know every nook and cranny, but some of the newer maps like this one, I didn't realize how much hill there is. You can't shoot across.
And then
the
also on the west side there, if you notice these concrete, little walls, they're great to hide behind if you're in, like, say, a light tank, low to the ground, say the Russian tanks, keep to lightweight. But
Now,
as I start talking, Zach, Music Box,
he's got to
starting
run.
to get slowly pushed.
yeah, so
But
ODB
again, these
has
hills-
noticed the Bat Chat, and they are moving in for it.
Again, this is where these little hills come
Ooh,
into
bounces
play.
the shot from the PZ7.
Wow. Full armor on a Bat Chat.
And once he gets into these hills, he's practically gone because, as we said,
he's gone
it's
right
not a
now.
clean shot. There's hills. He disappears. The hills actually provide enough camouflage coverage that he just disappeared behind there.
Dola just took a giant hit from something. I'm not sure if that was a double tap or what.
We're going to leave Mr. Music Box to run because he's going to get away.
We're going to see this Jaeger who's posted up. See if he can do what he did last game. There's a big shot from E100.
He's got the CD line there down the center of the top half of the map.
Yeah, that Jaeger is hull down behind a dirt pile, looking right down that road. Well, cap pressure is being put on. Like you said, there's these hills that, yeah, I really didn't notice, but yeah, these I-7s can just go hull down behind some of these little just undulations.
I was
So,
watching one of the rebroadcasts on a previous battle on this map, and I was watching, and I was like, why aren't they just killing him? He's right there. So I had to go check it out for myself, and there's a lot more coverage than what the Skycam really shows.
Yeah, you got to be on the ground to get right into it to really see it. But I do not feel this is going to be a capped out match.
No, it's
No.
just a
I kind of feel like it's a
tactic
waste
to
of
put pressure
time.
on.
Yeah.
'Cause in the meantime,
ODB, they're stuck. If you
19's
look at
pushing here. He wants to take out Goku, but J-Dog's coming in to make him pay to take that kill shot.
We have a
And those
whole slow flank over here in the back with the E100 and the Panzer 7.
They're just chasing
and the
that
Konvagen.
chat. They're just chasing the squirrel.
Just chasing the rabbit.
They're never gonna
squirrel.
get him.
Well, that's a success on the bat chat for splitting up two really good tanks out of the fight.
Yeah, Zach's music box over there. That's what we're talking about. Sometimes you don't even have to fire a shot to be effective to taking out two tanks. Like he's effectively taken two tanks out of the battle for his team.
Which clearly creates an overmatch, and there's Chiefs
Oh,
know
Archer
what's
just went
going on
down.
right now.
1-for-1 trade, but looks like 19's in some trouble.
Goku's
You
gonna
can hold
go
down
down
that
to
E4.
Captain, but he might put the shot into Cook. Yeah, he does, because Cook had the more damage. He was able to hit him for a good amount of damage
Right.
and put him on fire to take him right out. So
Captainality came up and just surprised them
Had
in the back.
ODB kept it in.
the only
They
two
would've
tanks
kept those
left
two
are the
tanks
ones
in
that
the
have
battle.
been chasing that bad chat the entire time.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do that again.
No, the I-7's going to go down. I think Deity's. Nope. A track shot. That's all that Panther 7 was able to do.
The best part about all this,
How clutch would this be
wait
to
and
see
watch.
them come back?
Zach's music box is going to do a big lap around here, and he's going to be the one to come in and unload his clip into the mud bone here. He's going to be the one to finish it. I'm calling it. Unless time expires.
yeah.
Oh, with
Now I hear it
27
sound.
on the clock. Here comes Boxhound and his IS-7. He's going to go ahead and focus fire the Panzer 7.
I don't think
Final tank. Here comes
Box
music
will be able to
box.
get there in time.
You will.
Will we get
Oh,
it?
he's good.
There he is.
Yeah,
One,
there it goes.
two. Oh,
There it
call me a
is.
liar,
Oh,
19.
You were wrong.
19.
The
Why?
suspense there was killing us.
Man, I just would have liked to seen those two tanks in that battle. I think it could have been a lot closer than it was.
Look at Archer putting out 4K. The Jaeger pulling out 32. I mean, just the amount of damage those two tanks did.